Cheers, everybody, and welcome to my little live stream from the ocean. Facebook user, I can't give first on the Facebook to the Facebook user guy, because that's usually somebody that just made a troll account just to beat the shit out of me. So let's give it to Nick Richin. I've had a tough time saying your name, Mr. Nick. How are you, buddy? You are first on the Facebook. Welcome to my live stream from the ocean. Brian Bernard, what's going on? We give it to Charles B. You are first on the YouTube, my friend. Welcome. You got the Greg Holmes. You got, who else we got? We got Wayne Boo Atkins. How are you, Wayne? Love saying his name. I also love saying Ted Palawada. Storms are coming. Yes, it is. It's a bit nerve-wracking here at the beach. I'm not going to lie. Look at this guy just throwing $4.99 at me. James Glass, I'm leaving you on the big screen, brother. Thank you. And because you gave me $4.99, why don't you ask me a question there, James Glass? Yeah, there's excitement here at the ocean. Way out here on Long Island. We are in hurricane watch. It's looking really bad for southern New England, but we're all keeping our eyes on this damn storm path, and they got all these paths. One goes this way, one this way, 3 over here, 2 over here. They don't have that technology figured out. It's all just a bunch of spaghetti heading toward where we live. It's like, oh, thank you very much for the spaghetti map. But how about you get a little more precise? Do we have to board up our houses? Do we have to get the hell out of here? What the hell's going on? Well, I don't know. These 3 spaghettis, this is the European model, and this is the Scandinavian model, and this is Nassau's model, and this is the Weather Channel. Oh, which one do we believe? Stupid hurricanes. I hate hurricanes. They are a buzzkill. I'll tell you right now. An absolute buzzkill. But we're watching the weather closely. I personally I wanna stick it out, man. Because they're saying like it'll be a 1. Maybe it picks up steam over that stupid body of water behind me and gets to a 2, but we're sort of in the cone. I don't know what to do, but I would love to. I would absolutely love to stay, but we'll see. My wife and kids are visiting the in-laws. They're supposed to be heading back this way, I think today, but I might tell them just stay in Philly. I got this. So I don't know. Don't leave your house. Gary Krasinski, what year is this? Don't leave your house or the maids will steal all your stuff again. Oh, okay. I got you. Very nice, Gary Krasinski. Good callback. He's talking about, first of all, I thought he was talking about current day me, and that's not happening. There's no maids anymore. There's no driver anymore. There's nothing. I'm on my hands and knees scrubbing out turlets these days. But boy, was life nice. Life was good for a while, man. Damn, it was good. But now the kid does all the washing and the scrubbing. Of course, me and my wife. You know, I help out. That's what you should do in the year 2021. We don't live in the 50s anymore. Get a goddamn toilet brush and start scrubbing out the turlets. Help out the little lady of the house. But Gary Krasinski's talking about the time that we had a hurricane 2 years in a row, or 2 visits in a row. I'm not sure if we took a year off, but Outer Banks, 4x4 beach, living large, renting a house, have, I don't know, 15 people in the house, but you couldn't tell because these houses were so ridiculous and big. They all competed with each other, too. So back in the day, you could get a giant house with a pool and a game room and a theater and all sorts of amenities, including like elevators. They would advertise, well, our house has an elevator. And the price wasn't bad, especially when you started splitting it among, 2 or 3 families. But we got knocked out twice by hurricanes down there, and we haven't been back because of that. And what Gary Krasinski is referring to is the fact that we had to go about 100. Hold on, I don't want to lose this guy. Oh, Brian Bernard, hold on. Let me put Brian Bernard on the big screen. Set up a chair on the beach and live stream during the hurricane. I would love to do that. I think I'm going to stay. I think I'm going to stay and tell my wife and kids, take another day or two. Come back Monday because I think this thing is hitting on Sunday. I think it's going to be more of a big-time tropical storm for us, but I'm not really sure yet as I continue to look at those spaghetti fucking lines on the map. But anyway, we had to go about 100 or so miles inland from the Outer Banks to get out of the hurricane path, and turned out it was a bust in the end. And I blame Al Roker with all that fear-mongering. It was much better TV to tell everybody that it was going to be a direct hit to the Outer Banks, but in the end, that wasn't the case, and we left for no damn good reason. And we had the house for 2 weeks. We had to stay in a hotel, 150 miles west of the Outer Banks. Shitty hotel where the storm hit there pretty bad, too. Trees were knocked down all over the place. They lost their Wi-Fi, so we're just sitting in a hot hotel for 3 or 4 days, and then finally we went back to our beautiful house that we were renting on the 4x4 beach in the Outer Banks, and the maids stole all our shit because they didn't think we were coming back. That's what Gary Krasinski was referring to. The media fear-mongering? Inconceivable. 100%, and both sides do it. So I don't know. We're dealing with that. But all the old-timers out here, just when you think you're in paradise, they remind you that, eventually a storm will take your house. My neighbor, he lives about 3 houses down, one of the oldest residents in this area. He's in his 80s now, and he told me he's on his third house. His third house. James Glass, any chance you'll write a book like Ant did? First of all, for a reference point, I never read Ant's book. I know he took some dumb shots at me because a bunch of people told me, but I never read it. Which I know that sounds crazy to people, but that is the God's honest truth. I mean, there was a time I wanted to write a book, but there's no money in publishing right now, especially for someone who is not famous anymore. So I've been trying to sprinkle in a lot of my life and a lot of stories from the O&A days, a lot of family stories and everything in between on my my podcast. So I hope you subscribe to the Opie Radio podcast. There's enough material on the podcast to be in at least 2 books. But maybe I'll sit down. I don't know. I got a lot of pages written over the years, but they're here and there. They're in a box over here. They're in a dresser drawer over there. I think I got some pages written in storage. Stupid storage facility. I think we're paying like $400 a month for our stuff to just sit in a warehouse. What the fuck is that about? That's a brilliant business. Because I talk to the guys. Every once in a while we'll visit our storage unit and we'll visit our stuff. But ours is in like this, for real, a warehouse where it's kind of open to the elements. So they wrap all your stuff up in, I guess you could call it really wide duct tape, because I don't know the exact thing. Really wide duct tape. And we visit our stuff every once in a while. And we'll go, oh, wow, look, remember this? And, oh, I used to wear this coat. And, oh, my God, oh, here's some radio stuff. And look at these old pictures. And then we leave. And then we pay this company, $400 month after month after month after year. And then we go back and visit our stuff every once in a while. How stupid is that? I don't know. But then I was talking to the guy, because every time you go there, they have to cut the wide duct tape so you can check out your shit. And I was asking him, and he said that some of the stuff has been in this warehouse 10, 15 years, and the people never came back. And, they still have their stuff because someone's paying the bills. So I think for most of us, if you put your stuff in storage in a storage facility, you're pretty much giving up on all that stuff. And eventually, I guess, one of your kids will go through your shit long after you're gone. But we want to close up that storage facility and bring some of our stuff home. Come on home with us, little guy. It's all just stuff. You're 100% right, man. I mean, honestly, I'm sure there's some really good things in my storage facility, but I've lived without it for 5 or 6 years, let's say. So I don't even know what I'm missing at this point. And it is all just stuff. When my dad died, you know, he had this office that was packed with all sorts of stuff, all his business stuff. He used to write here and there, and all this stuff meant so much to my dad. And I think a lot of you guys can relate to this, because after my dad died, and you realize, I think it takes you about a week or two to realize that, oh, he's never coming back. Because somewhere in your head, you still think in some weird way that his stuff is important. And you're like, oh, no, he's dead and he's never coming back. And then inevitably, it's up to the kids to figure out what to do with the stuff. So we went through his stuff as best we could, but he had a lot. And, you know, a lot of his life ended up in a dumpster. Cheers. But we didn't know what else to do with it, so we grabbed a few things that were important to each of us, and then the rest of it, we're like, I think it's easier just to get a dumpster. And that's what we did. And that's what a lot of you guys do. Hey, Hope, have a lovely day. Who are you? Chris Dow? Well, how about you have a lovely day? All right, now we're talking about junk. Let's go to Glenn. Glenn's one of the regs. Now I recognize you, Glenn. Some of you, it takes a little while, and then something pops, and I recognize you. And, of course, Glenn, I recognize you now. Pedro. I have a box of junk in my closet that I can't live without, though I never seem to need it. Yeah, 100%. I'm really good at that, though. I'm a minimalist by nature, and I'll go through my closet every once in a while, and I'll look at all these clothes, and you know how you're like, oh, but I like that shirt. Oh, I like those pants. Oh, that jacket, I like it. And then you start thinking, I haven't worn that shirt. I haven't worn those pants. I haven't worn that jacket in 10 years. So when I open up a closet and look at my old clothes, immediately I just throw them all away. I'm like, if you liked it that much, somewhere in your stupid head, you would have continued wearing those things. What's your thoughts on Afghanistan? Oh, pretty messed up how we left that mess. Chris Dow again. Jesus, Chris, what is it? The Opie and Chris Dow show? Not a bad idea, actually. You're giving me material. Look, I think every president failed Afghanistan, going all the way back to the Bush. Bush has blame. Obama has blame. Trump has blame. And because it happened on his watch, Biden has a lot of blame. What? I thought you were a snowflake, a libtard, Ope. Kind of dumb. Kind of dumb that they didn't think that the Taliban was going to take over so quickly. They really thought, well, it's time to get the hell out of there. And I don't disagree. And I think most Americans agree that it's time to just leave Afghanistan. But, man, to not have, what is that, some of that foresight to know that as soon as we tell everybody we're leaving, that the Taliban would regroup and take over that country so quickly, that's pretty stupid, my friends. And now we got a lot of people that are stuck. We're never going to get all those people out before the end of the month. And a lot of those people, as you've seen the stories on your favorite cable news channel, you know, a lot of those people helped the American effort. And a lot of those people were all about the cause, and now they're stuck behind, and the Taliban knows where they live. They had their cell phone numbers, and these people are really, really scared. And they just simply cannot organize that situation enough to get these good people out of Afghanistan. In the end, it's going to be an incredible tragedy. The stories that are going to come out of that country after we officially leave, it's going to be heartbreaking. But look, we had to go. It was 20 years. They don't really want what we want for their country, unfortunately. And we lost a lot of our men and women over there. And And it's just simply sad. I wish there was a better way to do it to try to get as many people out of there as possible, but it's not looking good. And then you got people that live so far from Cabal. Oh, my God. Cabal. And just to try to get to the airport is a complete nightmare because they got roadblocks all over the place. And they're holding up a lot of people for a lot of money to get through checkpoints. But I think there's plenty of blame to go around as far as current president and past presidents. Well said? Oh, my God, maybe I should do this for a living. Jose says, well said. Oh, thanks for your service, brother. I appreciate you. Lots of brave men. Yeah, man. First of all, the video of people just climbing on the plane as it's rolling down the runway, heartbreaking. Can you imagine what kind of life you have that you've decided you want? I can't get inside the plane, but maybe there's a miracle for me and I'll just hold on to the outside of the plane and hope for the best. Can you imagine? We have it so good in America as we bitch and complain and fight with each other day in and day out. We got it good in this country. These people, they're like, my life is going to be so bad with the Taliban. Is it Taliban or Taliban? I'm going to say Taliban. I think that's my Long Island coming out. Taliban. That they're really willing to risk their lives and hang on to a fucking plane as it takes off. That's crazy. And then yesterday, they're showing video. I heard this happen more than once, but I only saw one. Where parents are like, look, I'm not leaving this country, man. It's so obvious. I don't have a visa. I don't have any paperwork. So they're handing their kids to the Marines over the fence. Like, just take my kid and give him a better life. That is heartbreaking. Damn it, I'm sipping out of... There's no coffee. I think I was going for something dramatic. This is so heartbreaking. And then I take a dramatic sip of coffee and look, I have nothing. Yeah, throwing kids over barbed wire, Brandon Hollinger. If you're a parent, you understand that shit. But they're like, look, it's too late for me, but at least take my kid. Maybe he'll have a better life. Because if you take a kid and then you're like, well, where are the parents? And they dart off into the crowd. Now what? What happens to that kid? Do we leave that kid in Afghanistan? Probably, right? Just terrible. Welcome to Muslim countries. I don't know, man. There's a lot of people in Afghanistan that want to live a better life. That's for sure. That country will never be figured out. They've been in a civil war for what? For a long, long time. We paid attention after 9/11, right? So we've been paying close attention to that area for 20 years. But it's been going on a lot longer than that. It's a real shit show for sure, Ted Palawada says. We got a lovely, lovely private Facebook group. And from time to time, but I'm going to start doing it on a regular basis. I put the link in the private Facebook group. You click on it. Next thing you know, you're on camera with me. And you can just babble. This is all it is. I'm just babbling. And then in other news, for the old Opie and Anthony fans, if you've been following along, Pat from Moonachie's been fighting diabetes pretty hard. He's had incredible infections in his left foot. Some of the photos he posted, oh, good God. And then social media was shutting him down and taking down his pictures. And I'm thinking, he's showing real life. They were trying to save his left foot. And the infections were getting worse and worse. And then they were taking bone away. And then there was giant holes in the side of his foot. And everyone was really, really hoping that the outcome would be much better than it is. But it turns out, I think it was yesterday, they took his left foot. They took Pat from Moonachie's left foot. Stupid diabetes. You're lying. This guy's lying. Frank White, Facebook group sucks. They booted me. I said something bad about God, Opie. Yeah, that's not true, Frank White. And guess what? I think I'm going to block you here, too, because I'm the only one that gets rid of people from the private Facebook group. And guess what? I haven't booted one person. Not a one. So you're just lying. You're absolutely lying. And then my regular Facebook group, I couldn't tell you the last time we booted somebody. So you're just lying. Stop lying. By the way, let's keep this up for a long time. Brian Bernard, thank you, buddy. There's a GoFundMe page that's set up for Pat from Moonachie. He's had a fucking tough run, man. And now they took his left foot. So there's the link if you want to throw some money at Pat from Moonachie. I think we're trying to get $10,000 for him. Matter of fact, every day you guys throw me a few bucks to keep me motivated to do these live streams and to keep the podcast free. I don't have a lot of advertisers. But today, man, if you were thinking of giving me a few bucks, don't do that. Click on this link and give your money to Pat from Moonachie today, okay? That would be greatly appreciated. He's a fucking good egg. Has never asked for anything from anybody from the Opie and Anthony show. Did just amazing radio for us over the years. And he's absolutely going through a tough time. And I don't think this is the end of his diabetes battle, unfortunately. But yesterday, they took his left foot. It looked like they went pretty high, too. It looked like they might have got, I don't know, maybe up to his calf. I'm not really sure because the bandaging, I've been studying the picture that he posted, and I'm trying to figure out exactly how much of his leg they took. But they left his knee. I know Pat doesn't want to hear this, but they figured out that fake leg big fucking time. Big fucking time. So I think you'll do all right there, Pat. What's up, Evie? How are you? I hope you're doing a little better. Oh shit! Can you put that link up? Every time I put someone else on the big screen, we lose the link. He was always hilarious, and he's such a nice guy. Very sad what he's going through. 100%, man. But if we could raise a few $1,000s for him to make his life a little better as he rehabs and they figure out what to do, I'm sure they'll fit him with some kind of prosthetic. That'll help a lot. That diabetes is a mother effer, right? Oh, thank you, Brian. Brian, here's the link again. Like I said, instead of giving me a few bucks, giving me some pocket money today, don't do that. Click on that link right now and give Pat from Moonachie some love today, all right? I know it's grim, but I want a cool robot leg, Glenn says. Oh, my God. I mean, they're getting better with the fake arm, but the fake leg, living in New York City, you see so many people walking around with that fake leg, and sometimes you just stare at the leg as you're walking behind these people, and you're like, that looks exactly, well, it doesn't look exactly like, but it moves exactly like a leg does. The technology on the fake leg has come a long, long way, man. Unbelievable. And that's where, like, robot technology is important. But, when you start making robots dance and do fucking Tai Chi and shit, you're just creating the thing that is going to take over the planet. And I call it the thing, yes. Brandon Hollinger, thanks to you, Ope. I quit sugar. Diabetes runs in my family. Such a horrible disease. Yeah, we got a little of that action in my family as well, man. It's not good, as we all know. But I mean, it's kind of cool that Pat from Moonachie is going to be like part bionic man. I think that's kind of cool. I think that goes with his personality. I think that would be amazing. You know what's weird about Pat? Not weird. I think it's actually really, really cool. Pat's lived in a trailer and life has given him one plate of shit after another. And the guy deals with it every single day with humor. The guy is hilarious, even in his darkest hours. We can all learn from Pat. He just jokes his way through the whole fucking thing. And I know he's taking it seriously. You could tell by his posts and his updates that he's taking it seriously. But, man, he handles it with grace and humor. We got a hurricane coming my way, which we're pretty nervous about. And, of course, we're still dealing with the whole Fezzi thing. God, the love and the support for Ron Bennington and his daughter and Fezzi's family and the fans of the Ron and Fez show, it's been really, really cool to see. Really, really cool. I just hope Fezzi understood when he was alive how much people cared about him. I hope he knew that. Brian Barkley, any good news? I don't know, man. We've been in a weird rut lately, right? Any good news? Not really. The Fez shit is heavy. The Pat from Moonachie left leg thing is heavy. This Afghanistan stuff is really, really heavy. Oh! What are you barking at? It's our neighbor, you idiot. How do you not recognize our neighbor at this point? God, this dog is dumb. Fez didn't even like you. Look at this guy. Like, you choose Fezzy's death to throw some hate at me. You don't know that at all. Why would you do that? That's more about you than me. What is your name? Night Selfer. I'll give you a little love today. That's just a terrible thing to say. How about you take a break from your hate for me and let everyone mourn properly? I'm doing the right thing and trying to throw a lot of love at Fez and a lot of love at Ron and Fez and a lot of love towards their families and their fan base. So how about you take a little break and you can get back to hating me in a few days, you miserable person? That's just terrible. It's downright depressing how bad and nasty people are. Thanks for the $1.99, but I don't want the money today. I want you to click on that link for Pat from Moonachie and throw some money at his GoFundMe, all right? To make his life a little easier in the coming months. But thank you. But where's that link again, Brian? Give me that link again so I can pop it on the big screen before we wrap up. He's not a nice. There are people that are so obsessed. I guarantee that guy just heard some dumb shit on the internet and is just repeating it. No one knows the relationship I had with Fez. I know damn well he was very, very appreciative of the support I gave the Ron and Fez show and Fez. I said that we didn't really hang when the mics were off. But to just try to go down that road as people are mourning, that says a lot more about that person than anything else. It's pathetic. Where's that link? Give me that link one more time. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Where are we? Why are we here? There it is. Okay. We can wrap up with this. Thank you, Brian Bernard. You're a good egg, my brother. There's the link. If you're watching this in the replay, please click on that. Pat from Moonachie could use the help. He lost his left leg to diabetes. They were trying everything to save that thing, but man, the side of his foot, it was like a sinkhole. And it was getting worse and worse. And there was hope. And they tried everything. And then finally they said, you know what? I think they took his left foot to pretty much save his life, to stop the infection and what was going on because of the diabetes. So there's the link on the big screen. Please click on that. Give a few bucks to Pat. I know we're all struggling, but if you could afford to give a few dollars, that would be great. If not, I understand. It's okay. There's plenty of other people that will do that. I know your heart's in the right place, okay? With this hurricane coming, maybe I'll turn this back on later today. Maybe we'll just have a beer. Because that was a good question. Is there any good news? So maybe we'll just turn this back on later and just have a beer with each other. How does that sound? I think that could be pretty cool, right? Nice and light. I'll put the link in the private Facebook group. Some of you guys could pop on with your beers and let's just chill. I think that would be nice. All right, guys. Thanks for checking out the live stream. I really, really appreciate it. And please click on that link. Oh, wait, you can't really click on that link, though. You're going to have to copy and paste it. Oh, what a pain in the ass. No one copies and pastes anymore in this day and age. Wait, I don't even think you can copy and paste if it's on the big... Oh, this stinks. We didn't raise any money. Stupid me. I'm thinking, oh, Brian Bernard gives me the link, and then you could just click on it on this. Look, I can't even click on it. I got the arrow over there, and I can't even click. Oh, this stinks. Who the hell is going to type all that out? The old days, we used to have to type all that out, and you always got it wrong, and then finally you would get it right. Stupid URLs. Dumb eggheads. When they figured out this internet for everybody, they're like, hey, that's easy for me to understand. How about the link is just money for Pat's fake leg. Not FBCIID equals capital W. Who's going to fucking figure that out? And then, of course, we still haven't figured out that an O could be a 0. God, we're so stupid. Oh, my God. It's on my Facebook page. All right, the actual link that you could click on. Good. I just realized. I thought it was going to be easy for everybody. Like, oh, I'll just click. And I'll give a quick $20 instead. They're like, is that a T? Is that an I or an L? I don't know. What is that? I think it's a capital 0. What? No, there's no capital 0. So is it an O? Stupid eggheads. Thanks for nothing. Dumb eggheads and their URLs.
Boo, 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 boo. Opie Radio. Boo, 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 boo. Boom, 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 boom. Boo, 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 boo.